When the music is meant to lift spirits, sometimes laughter is the best kind of praise. A vision of divine sound. Kanye West had spent weeks planning the event. His vision for the Sunday service was going to be something unlike anything the world had seen before. A mix of gospel, rap, and Kanye's own unique sound. It would be a spiritual experience that blurred the lines between church and concert. The idea? To bring together people of all backgrounds, showing them that faith and music could be one and the same. The choir was handpicked from some of the best gospel singers in the country, and Kanye had personally curated every detail: his own stage outfit, the set list, even the lighting. Everything was meant to evoke an atmosphere of reverence, with a touch of Kanye's usual boldness. It was early on a Sunday morning, and the set was buzzing with energy. The crew was fine-tuning the sound equipment, making sure everything was in place for what was supposed to be a groundbreaking performance. Kanye, with his usual intensity, paced around, checking on every little detail. But there was one thing Kanye had overlooked: the human element. The rehearsal starts, and chaos follows. The choir was excited. They had rehearsed their parts for weeks, but no one expected this to be anything like a normal performance. Kanye was bringing the energy, but what he didn't anticipate was how relaxed the choir would be. At first, it seemed innocent enough. A few of the singers were cracking jokes in between takes, laughing about their nervousness. But slowly, the laughter started to spread. It was like a contagious giggle that just couldn't be controlled. One by one, the members of the choir started snickering until it was impossible for anyone to keep a straight face. Kanye, standing in the middle of it all, tried to stay serious. He looked around at his choir, his vision of a powerful, spiritual performance slipping through his fingers. But he wasn't about to let the chaos win. All right, focus, people, he called out, waving his hand to gather their attention. This is a moment of worship. We need to bring the energy, but we gotta stay in the zone. But as soon as he said that, one of the sopranos, trying to hold back her laughter, let out a snort so loud it echoed across the entire set. That was it. The dam broke. The entire choir, from altos to tenors, started laughing uncontrollably. Some were holding their stomachs, others were wiping away tears, and one or two of them had to walk off the stage to regain their composure. Kanye, ever the perfectionist, tried to keep it together. He muttered something about focusing on the mission, but he couldn't help himself. The absurdity of it all was beginning to get to him, too. A small smile crept across his face, and before he knew it, Kanye himself was chuckling. The chaos goes viral. Rehearsals were a bust, but the viral moment was just beginning. In an age where everything can be captured, shared, and memed in seconds, one of the crew members had managed to secretly film part of the disastrous rehearsal. The clip made its way onto social media faster than anyone could have imagined, and it was everywhere. The video showed Kanye trying his hardest to remain serious as the choir around him cracked up like they were in the middle of a comedy sketch. There was something oddly endearing about it all. The choir wasn't being disrespectful. They were just so overwhelmed by the joy of the moment that they couldn't hold it together. Kanye, ever the showman, was rolling with the punches, trying to get the service back on track. But the more they laughed, the funnier it seemed. Soon, memes started circulating with captions like, "When the gospel hits a little too hard," and "Kanye West's Sunday service. The real gospel." People couldn't get enough of it. Some joked that it was divine intervention, while others found it refreshing to see a side of Kanye that was so unpolished. As the video spread, the reactions were mixed. Some fans thought it was hilarious, others were confused, and a few even thought it was part of the performance. But the fact remained: Kanye's Sunday service was getting more attention than ever. The whole thing was becoming a spectacle. The turnaround. Despite the viral chaos, Kanye didn't give up on the Sunday service. He embraced the unpredictability of it all. By the time the real service began, Kanye had worked with the choir to channel that chaotic energy into something even more powerful. The audience that showed up for the actual service was in for a treat. The music was spiritual, the sound was grand, and there was an electric energy in the air. It was raw, real, and human in a way that most polished performances couldn't match. The choir, though they still chuckled here and there, had transformed that nervous laughter into a joyous celebration of the music and the moment. In the end, the Sunday service became a symbol of Kanye's genius at work. It was messy, imperfect, and a little wild, but that's exactly what made it unforgettable. The video of the rehearsal may have been a laughingstock at first, but it ended up being part of what made the Sunday service legendary. People didn't just talk about Kanye's stunts or his extravagant ideas. They started talking about the humanity he brought to the table, the vulnerability in embracing failure, and the unexpected joy that came out of the chaos. In a way, it was the perfect metaphor for Kanye himself, always striving for greatness, but never too proud to laugh when things didn't go as planned. Epilogue: Laughing with Kanye. As for the choir, well, they eventually got the performance down to perfection, just in time for the next Sunday service. And Kanye? He went back to being the mastermind behind some of the most innovative musical events in history. But he never forgot the lesson that day. Sometimes, a little laughter is exactly what's needed to lift the spirit. The viral video of the rehearsal remained a reminder to Kanye and his fans alike: there's always room for joy, even in the middle of the most serious moments. Because after all, even the most legendary artists are only human. And sometimes that's where the magic happens.